folks, and welcome back to my review channel. Today I'm going to do a little review and I'm going to change the filters on my, what do you call this? What the heck is this thing? It's a reverse osmosis device that I use to, get my tap water and through reverse osmosis, make it drinkable. You know what I mean? So I've had this unit. Now, you may or may not notice this little pink flamingo there. That's not actually part of the design. That's just my girls have some stickers, and one of them ended up on here. But this is the countertop unit, and these are the filters. You replace them approximately every 6 months to 8 months, depending on your usage, that kind of thing. Meaning how often you use this. I use it quite a bit, so I usually go for every 6 months. I aim at that. It's by APEC Water. Not sure if you can see that. APEC Water, APEC Water. And as I mentioned, and their website. Now, I receive no compensation for this. Company doesn't give me anything. They don't even know I'm doing this. My review channel is just about products I use, and most of the time, products that I've been using for a while, and I like or don't like. Usually, if I don't like it, I haven't been using it for a while. It's like, one day is good. If a product sucks, I'll just, call it, hey, that's it. Had this product for one day and don't like it, and here's why. But this one here, yeah, I guess maybe a little over or around 4 years now, that kind of thing. So I need to pay attention because you don't just pop them out and put them in. It is an easy process, but I only do it like every 6.5 months, that kind of thing. So to do this, we're going to take off this cover. As I mentioned, I have the countertop unit. I got the one with the that's encased, just because I think it looks prettier than not being encased. You can get a unit that doesn't have the metal casing on it, and it is a bit less expensive. But for me, I just wanted it to also look nice. So I'm removing these screws right here on the bottom. I'm not going to remove the top ones. You don't need to. So I'm not going to do it. Now, once upon a time, I actually for several years, I did my water through a water distiller. And, it would only do like 1 gallon at a time. And it would heat up my living space and use a lot of electricity. This doesn't use any electricity, and it doesn't heat up my living space. So this is much better for me. So we got 2 screws on the bottom of each side. I should probably make this a little closer. Let's see. Because really, I'm not showing off my nice shirt, although I love this shirt. I'm showing you what I do for this filter replacement. And I'm making comments on whether I like this or not, which I do. Now, altogether, it has 4 filters, but only 2 of them need to be replaced every 6 months or so. The other ones, the other 2, that's a replacement of, I forget now, but I keep my information, my replacement times written down. And so I make sure that I'm on top of it. Let's see what it says here. Because they always give you instructions with them. So these, I know, are the every 6 to 8 months ones. But they're going to tell me about the other ones too. So let's see. Yeah, the other two filters are every 2 to 3 years. So, and that's a bigger process. I've only had to do that once so far, and it was a bigger process. Okay, so now I'm just going to lift this off. And because I'm doing this on video, when I do things on video, it changes things for me a little bit. And in something like this, I really need to pay close attention because I don't want to hook up the wrong one to the wrong place. That would not be good at all. And like I said, I don't do this very often. So pretty much every time I have to think about it again. Let's see, I'm going to turn it around this way. Because I want to make sure I'm doing the right ones. Okay, well, and don't mix them up either, right? I always make sure I put them in a different place. So this one is CT-24CAB, or cab, if you want to call it cab. And this one is CT-1SED. But I noticed a while, this is the first time I'm doing a video about this, and I noticed a while ago, because I also have a little YouTube cooking channel, that, even if I do something like a bunch of times, once I turn the camera on, it's like I can brain glitch for sure for some reason. And, it's one thing if I brain glitch on how much water to put in when I'm making bread, but it'd be a whole other thing if I brain glitched and put something in the wrong place with this. This is important. This is really important. This is clean water for my family. So, in the interest of making sure I'm actually doing the right thing here, let me take a quick peek. Okay, so first, it's pretty easy, pretty simple. And let's see, point some things out. Now, these end parts here, and also I want to give a, what do you call that, shout out? I don't know, say thank you, whatever. When I first got this thing, I wanted a video on how to do what I'm about to do here, change the filters. And I really couldn't find anything except one video to help me through this process on YouTube. Now, yeah, they give me instructions and stuff too, but especially something that I feel so important, I wanted to see somebody do it at the same time, make sure everything's, happening the way I really want it to. And so that person's name, because, like I said, I want to give that person a thank you. I may be pronouncing it incorrectly, not really sure, but I think her name is Lisa Rojas. And that was I think it was Lissa, and then last name Rojas. So feel free to go and check out her video too. I liked it a lot and it was very helpful. I just decided, hey, I want to make one too, because I do have a review channel and I like this product. So these guys here, we need to pull these out because we're going to put this in here, So to get this out, we're going to give a little pull here and then push, trying to get in the video here, then push down here and it's going to come out. I'll show you that in just a minute. But first, to do this. We're gonna pull this out. Just pull it out because we're taking out both of them. So let's see. Okay, I'm pulling. And now on that blue part, it's come away from the edge a little bit. So I'm just gonna pull and push. Pretty easy. Okay, gonna do it again. On this side, gonna pull, and then that brings the blue thing away from the cylinder itself. Then while I'm pulling on the tube with my hand, now that that round blue part has been pulled away from that, then I just push down the blue part and it just goes, it unlocks it. Apparently they're locks. So yeah, there's going to be water in these, so you know, just watch out or you might spill it on the floor. No big deal, but you know, we'll get it wet now. You know I don't want to mix these up. These are my old ones. Putting it right there in the sink. Right there. You can't see that. Right there. But the thing is, I'm not putting my new ones in there. So, boom. I know that I'm not going to mix them up. So I'm going to take this one out now. Same thing. Going to pull, then press. Got it. Right? Yeah, I think I'll get a little paper towel to put this down on. Oh yeah, this is important, what I'm about to share with you. They aim a certain way. You can't just put them in any old which way, like not just grab the new one and pop it in without thinking about it. Right here, there's a little flow arrow, the word flow, and an arrow. So I know that bottom one, the way I have this, you know, facing me, it's got to have that flow arrow facing that way. So really important to pay attention. Like when you pull out the old one, pay attention to which way it's facing, which way that flow arrow is facing. Just thought you might want to know that. Because you're going to have to put the new one in facing the same way. There's a little lock that I'll have to pop off. I will show you in a moment. So it's one of these. It fits over. Let's do like that, maybe. Is that helpful? Not so much. Let's get this other light on. That might be a good idea. Yeah. So it just fits over the end of this one on this end over here. It kind of locks the round thing in place. The round thing on that one is red. So keep that in a safe place because they don't send you a new one of those. And okay, we know our arrow's facing that way. And we know the arrow on the top one was facing the other way. So once again, we're gonna pull and push that round thing down to get it off of there. Oh. Okay, so pull and push. Pull, push that round thing, push that red round thing down. I haven't had a problem with that before. There it goes, there it goes. It's just a little stuck for some reason. Anyway, the flow is going like that. And just to make sure I don't somehow get distracted and forget what I'm doing and have to look at my instructions again, I'm going to put it down right there, the same way I popped it off. Now this here, every time they send me new filters, they send me a new tube. This tube is the tube. Let's see. This is the tube that actually has the clean water coming out of it. I'm pointing at the top of it. I got it hooked onto the wall there, but you can't see that. So anyway, okay, I see which way that's pointing. Also, to get it off, see, I'm going to pull, and then just push down on there. There, I've done it. Okay, and we're going to do it on the other side. Pull, do that again. Pull, push down. I don't know how this is coming out on the video. Hopefully it's coming out nicely. And I'm going to, let's see, where's that little piece? This here sometimes is tricky for me to get it back on properly because I want it to go underneath the like the lip of that round piece, so it's actually locked. If it's just like sitting on the round piece, that's not it. It's gotta be like. So I'm going to now just go ahead and push this in. There I go. Push. And then that does it. That actually locks it in. But, you know, they've got this on there for a reason, so I'm going to make sure I put this on too. Oh, I dropped it. And that's what I used my little screwdriver for a moment ago, to just kind of help me pop it off. Now I've put it on, and I want to make sure it's actually, like I said, underneath, so I know it's completely secured. And I have done it. Good job, me. Okay, now, of course, we have this one. I'm just gonna pop it in. Boom! Popped it in. Okay, so, boom. Now, bottom one, it just like stays there. So I'll be putting these back on. These are easy, there's nothing to it. Just boom. And boom. Now I know I'm done with this. I'm gonna put it in my sink. Because as long as I'm consistent doing that with my pieces, I know I'm not going to mix up anything. Because it's like I could be in the middle of this and I don't know, like get distracted by something. You know, my RoboVac gets stuck, sends an emergency signal to my watch or whatever. And then I could come back and go, oh man, which way was that? But at this point, I already know that arrow's going that way. So that means, boom, this arrow's going that way. I'm good. There, popped it back in. You know what we're going to do here. I'm going to pull that out a little bit. Pull it out a little bit. And I'm going to push. And I just heard it as I did that. Okay. Oh, just put it right there. And, okay, put it in. Okay, yeah, push it all the way in. Make sure it's secure in there. Everything's fine. And then I make sure it's seated after I've pushed it in. Like just now when I pushed it in, it felt like, okay, boom, it's done. But it didn't seem like there was enough tube in there. So I gave it a little more push, and then sure enough, it went, you know, there was a little more to go. So I got that. And making sure those, what I'm doing there is, you know, and it may not even be necessary, but, you know, in my mind, I'm just, you know, doing the extra step. I'm just making sure by pushing that just down like it was up a little bit, and I just pushed it down. That's all. Now this one, same thing. Give it a pull and push down on the blue thing. Grab this part Push it right in. There we go. And then I just give it a little tug, just a little tug to see, you know, because it should be locked in, and it is. It just always is. But I'm just like that. So what I'm going to do now, this piece here, they do recommend that every time you change the filters, you change this too. And you know, I didn't used to do that. I would look at it, see that they included it, and in my head it was like, I'm replacing the filters. What's that thing for? I didn't even bother with it, man. But then I decided, because I read the instructions, and they're saying we recommend every time you change your filters, you change this, and they give it to me. It's part of the package, so I started doing it. It's got another one of those lock things on it. So I'm going to unlock it. I got to admit, the messing with the lock things isn't my favorite part. My favorite part? You want to know my favorite part? Being done. It is. So that little end piece there that's got the little opening on it, I just kind of stick my tiny little screwdriver in it like that. Well, that little end, where are you? End piece. And just stick my screwdriver in it like that and just, you know, pull it out. So what's that one? Oh, that was the one I used the first time. Like I said, you know, it's this guy. When I get the camera on, I brain glitch a bit. You should look at some of my cooking videos. They can be pretty, I think, funny. Okay, now, let's see. I got that in there. Let me use this one. Because I got to push down on this. And then pull on that. There we go. Okay, I'm getting that. So yeah, this little red cap here goes on the end. The end. It just kind of closes it when it's not in use, you know? So I've never seen them include another one. So make sure you don't throw that away. Now, just going to put this back up through. Just where I've taken to putting this tube when it's not in use. Now, when I'm all done here, I'm going to show you what I do afterwards. I do a thing afterwards. Now, I'm just going to push it in. Boom. Give it a little tug, make sure it worked properly. We're good. Okay. One more piece. That little lock thing. See that? Dropped it right in there. I don't even see it now. There it is. Okay, let's do that again, but without the dropping it part. Okay, so that part's done. I may edit this next part out. I'm just getting some of my tools here out of the way. Now the actual changing of the filters is done. What I'm going to do now is I am going to just reinstall the case, but then I'm going to show you what I do afterwards. Okay, so popping it back on. Now you got this opening here, right? Right? Okay, so that's going to go over here where all the tubes are. So I'm going to make sure I don't squish a tube. Get them all in there in a happy way. Like that. Like that guy that does the paintings, Bob Ross. Happy little tubes, right? Hey, let's use, whoa! We're okay, we're all right. I'm gonna use my other hand here. Hey, if you're still with me, please give a thumbs up if I've been of help in any way. Maybe I just made you smile today, but it would help. I, of course, would like to grow my channel. And I actually do like being helpful. So there is that. Now, what is it that I was talking about? Well, I'm going to tell you a couple of things here. Actually. Anyway, do I like it? Yes. Would I buy it again? Yeah, totally. What did I want to share? Okay, this part here, when we turn it on, you'll see that in just a moment. Well, I'll do it right now, actually, you know. So now I've just put new stuff in there. I do not want to run this in my jugs. What do? I use glass. Okay, I store it in glass, and I don't know if you. Oh yeah, you can see that. This here, that's a 6-gallon glass water jug. Man, I don't even know if you can get those anymore. Actually, I was looking around for someone I know because they were interested, and I couldn't even find one. But I only need one. And so yeah, I store my stuff in glass, but I don't want to change my filters and then immediately put it in my storage container, because I want to run the water through it. So that's what I'm going to do. Also, okay, so this part here, like I said, you're going to see me turn that because that changes. Well, here we go. Okay, see my water? Yeah. I'm just going to turn it, and then it's going to go through the unit. So I can use this for just washing dishes, right? And make sure you don't ever let the hot water get turned on, because apparently it'll destroy your your filters. You don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put one of my jugs here, because I'm going to put that just through it, because I don't want it to just, flop around or whatever. And I'm going to hold it, because when I turn it on, it may change it a bit. So yeah, don't ever let your hot water get turned on. What I do, I'll show you what I do, because sometimes, it might be late at night and I'm doing all my jugs before I go to bed. Yeah, I definitely don't have to do it every day, but what I do, because I know what I'm like, man. I could be like, sleepy, and even without a camera on, go ahead and brain glitch and mess up my thing, mess up my unit. I made a couple of little signs. Water, stop. Okay, I'll just like pop one on there. Let me move that out of there. And then I'll pop one right on the handle. Okay, so even if I'm like really tired and I got this whole thing going on, if I go to do anything, you know. Okay, so this is where I'm going to turn this part here. And you see what happens. Turning it. Okay, now it's going to go through. And in my mind, I'm just washing out anything that may need washing out. So this over here, let's see. I really want to give you a better view. Let's move it more this way. This over here is where, that's the refuse water right there, what's getting thrown away, right? And the water here that you see coming out of that tube, that's the water, that's the drinking water. Okay, so that's what's going on. And I don't know, because I can't see what I'm doing. I don't know if you see some black stuff right in the bottom there, but that just squirted out of the end piece where the refuse is. I had this unit for a couple of years, I guess, and something was like happening at the end where the refuse came out. It was like coming out really weird, and it had me concerned, like somehow it was plugged up. Anyway, long story short, the way this thing is made, where the water comes out, there's a little screen. There's a little screen where the refuse water comes out, where the throwaway water comes out. And like I said, I don't know if you saw it, but there's some black stuff in the bottom of my sink now that just got flushed out. And it may be just from the new cartridges that I put in, filters. But it looked like that. And it had gotten clogged on that little screen. So yeah, what I ended up doing is I took a pair of needle nose pliers, and yeah, I just reached in and I pulled out that little screen. That little screen was getting like seriously clogged. It was seriously clogged. It was like not right anymore. And so I pulled it out. It's like in my mind, it was the refuse water, and there's this black stuff that's getting all, clogging on it. So that's what I did to fix it. Just got a little needle nose pliers, got in there, and just literally ripped it out. And it's been fine ever since. So thought I would share that with you. It probably does say in the instructions, like I said before, first use, go ahead and run it for 5 minutes, something like that. You can look at your instructions. I mean, if you get one. Like I said, I don't get any kickback. In my mind, I'm not even really promoting the product. I just like it. I'm talking about it. And for those interested, there might be changing some cartridges, making a little video. Once again, I watched a little video and it was very helpful. So I hope my video is helpful to you as well. And I guess there's that. You know what? I might even put her video in the description. So, you don't got to knock yourself out looking for it if you want to. Um, when it's all said and done, you might you might very well like her video better than mine. It's a lot quicker, let me tell you. It's her video is a lot quicker, just to the point. Boom, boom, boom. Do it like this. You're good. You're done. Nothing wrong with that. It worked for me. Hey, I went and stopped my video and I almost forgot. This next part's, I think, pretty important because you're going to verify that your water is actually doing what you want it to do. So yeah, I was about to put this away and it's like, wait a minute. I haven't checked my water. So I forget what this is called. I bought the one APEC Water makes just because since I'm using their unit, figured I'd use one of their devices. This is to check the water, make sure it's good. Make sure it's at an acceptable level. And yeah, I do forget what the heck this is called. But you can see. Water tester, I guess you could call it. And it's going to show parts per million of whatever it checks for. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a cup down here, get some water in it. Okay, so I'm going to just press the button, turned it on, going to put it in my water, and hopefully it's going to be where I want it to be. Now, I watched a video on how to use these like a couple of years ago, and the guy was saying he taps it a bit on the inside to get it to, I guess, make sure there's no like air hanging out on the probes. So right now I see 001. What I really want is 000. That's my best. That's what I really like to see. Now, like I said, I just put these filters in and it's flushing out, but it's been about 10 minutes now. 001 is like okay, but yeah, I just like it more when it comes out 000. But yeah, from what I've read, 001 would be fine. But okay, let's do that again. Tap 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 tap. Yeah, we're still at 001, which is great. There's nothing wrong with that. From what I've read, from what I've researched. So okay, we're good. And what I'll end up doing is when I do make water, which actually I'll be doing tonight, I guess. You know what I need to do? My friend, I need to actually begin making water right now. Yes. So I'm gonna. Yeah, I really do. Because I've got a bunch of these little jugs, so I don't have to do it like, every other day. So they were apple juice jugs, and I don't find that apple juice anymore. So yeah, I'm actually gonna. That's what I do, and then I set my watch timer so I don't forget to check my water. So that's it. I will actually begin making my water right now. I thank you for joining. Hope you found this to be interesting and helpful. And if you have found any value, please, if you could like, subscribe, and share. As I say, I would like to grow my channel. Okay, give yourself a hug. Bye for now. And I hope you have a beautiful reality. Bye-bye.